what we have coming up is actually no surprise because we've been talking about it.
That's true.
It's true.
We have been talking about it. This is part 2 of a 2-part podcast/video series.
Yes.
That we have done. It is all about Pinot Noirs.
It's true.
And we have decided to have 2 battle it out from 2 different states because we thought that would be interesting.
And those are the predominant areas, at least in the United States, that this grape originated in another part of the world, but at least now is locally grown, mostly in these 2 areas. So.
Locally world famous.
Locally.
Pinot Noirs. So we previously, on the other show, which you should go and watch, it'll be one video back or in the archives at AboutBeverages.com. That one was from Oregon, but the one that we have today is a California Pinot, and that's what we have for this Give It a Shot. I'm Andrew.
And I'm Keith, and we are AboutBeverages.com, and the beverage that we're about today is the Cotillion Pinot Noir. It's a Trader Joe's wine. It's made for Trader Joe's by, usually the information is a little bit sketchy and somewhat sneaky. It's on the back of the label, but I don't usually it doesn't really take you anywhere of consequence because that's the way Trader Joe's operates. So.
What do you mean? Trader Joe's, nothing of consequence?
No,
I don't know if that's a good tagline.
It's a private label. It's what they call a control label, in that it's exclusive to Trader Joe's, and they have control over what goes in and over say of the quality of the wine.
That doesn't make it any less delicious.
No, it doesn't. It's just harder to pinpoint sometimes where it originated from. But there are ways, and there are people out there, and if you do a search, you'll be able to find out further information, I'm sure. But the thing about this particular Pinot Noir is it is a blend of Pinot Noir grapes from 3 different counties. And this one is Monterey, 56%, Sonoma 33%, and Santa Barbara County 11%.
Oh, interesting. That's kind of cool.
Well, and that does change from year to year because it has been different in the past. And also, it's similar. I don't know if you're familiar with Meiomi.
Pinot Noir.
And so is also.
I love that Pinot Noir.
And that is also a blend of Pinot Noir grapes from 3 different counties.
Oh, I didn't know that.
In California. So if you look
Are you saying that they do this wine for Trader Joe's?
I am not saying that.
Are you? So you're saying that?
I'm not saying that.
Okay.
I'm just saying it's from 3 different counties. So it's
Okay.
that kind of thing. And so
I love the Meiomi Pinot Noir.
There's
That's
a price difference in the Meiomi and the Cotillion. And
the Meiomi is usually in the 20s.
Yeah, it's usually like we sell it usually for right around 20. So
okay, that's what I was going to say. I thought it was like 19 or 20.
But this is so anyway. So we thought we had an Oregon Pinot Noir on the last show. We're going to do a California Pinot Noir on this show.
Yeah, that sounds really. The other thing I was going to ask too about the. You were saying that they change the blend a little bit every year is because they're trying to match a certain flavor profile. Like they're trying
Usually
to look for, and that's kind of, that's what any good, person that's working with, whether it's grapes or coffee or whatever else, you're always, as the crops change, as everything else changes, you're going to keep tasting. You're going to say like, well, this year, this one doesn't have the body, but this one has a little more. You're going to make those adjustments because you want to keep as close as you can to that flavor profile. It's never going to be the same. So if you actually do find a wine, whether it's this one or another one like it from a certain year or vintage or whatever, and you really like it, it kind of behooves you to buy a few bottles of it and keep it around, and store it properly, obviously. But they are going to change.
That's the cool thing about a blend is that you can tweak things to get a certain flavor profile. If you're doing a single varietal, you kind of are, we're dealing with what Mother Nature gave us that year, the rain,
and that's
the sun,
neat in its
and the
own
weather.
way.
And that's cool too.
Yeah.
But there usually is more of a change. But here they're going for a specific type of taste to appeal actually to a specific consumer base as well.
So the problem with that, you mentioned the word taste, is it's hard for me to taste this beautiful picture right here that I found online.
Yeah.
I'm going to need probably something
tangible,
like a bottle, like a tangible thing. There it is.
Oh, okay, good.
Phil's got it. He doesn't quite have his nose in this one like he did in our last Pinot Noir.
I don't know if that's a bad sign.
I don't know.
He's like...
Or maybe there's so much flavor in this one, he's already getting it.
Yeah.
The Erath Pinot Noir, maybe he had to get a little bit closer. Even that one was delicious.
It was good.
Did you happen to mention the price on this one?
I had not mentioned the price. Okay. This one's $10, $9.99.
Okay. All right, so this one's right around 10. Like I said, a previous one 16-ish, depending on what retailer you go to. Yep. This one only Trader Joe's.
Trader Joe. That is correct.
Trader Joe. All right,
Phil.
Phil, you're gonna have to release the Krakens. We have our Pinot Noir glasses, which I have clinked. Thankfully, didn't break them.
And you can actually put this corkscrew to work this
I am. Last time I did not get to use the corkscrew. I mean, I did. I see now this one. I don't think I can.
It should be.
It's not an easy.
No.
I'm going to have to do it the old-fashioned way.
Oh, well,
all right.
you.
Chat it up.
Grip than I do.
Well, you can try it.
No.
I'm happy.
Yeah,
okay, here.
No, that
pull.
That looks weird. No, that's weird.
Here. Yeah. Pull the cork. What's he doing?
Yeah, that's.
All right, I'll grip it between my thighs. You got to really see how easy it is to pull these
my
off?
jaws are stronger than my hands. let me get a good grip on that.
They never did have the Pinot Noir that day.
And they were dropped by Twitch.
YouTube, Twitch, everyone.
But we were made famous, and then we were reinstated 2 days later.
Yeah, exactly. Wow, good callback. Nice. Fantastic. That's super funny. Yes, I appreciate the cork in this bottle, although it did not affect the flavor in the last one. We were happy with the flavor in that one.
This is true. There are many
This
discussions.
actually looks like a real cork, I would say, too. This is not appear to be synthetic.
Now, I haven't had this probably in a little over
Week
a year.
or two?
No.
A year? Okay.
It has usually been consistent from year to year. This is one actually I had recommended to several people, to some friends of ours. Actually wound up wanting 6 bottles. There we go.
Yeah,
that's what you wanted.
I did.
That's what you wanted from that one.
I didn't have that sound effect ready for cap bottles.
Yeah.
I think that'd be hysterical.
Or we open a can.
Wow, who bought 6 bottles? That's cool.
Brian and Marcia.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, they had wanted.
So, this is going to tell you if you made them buy 6 bottles. You should return these immediately.
This was a couple years ago.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
No,
this wouldn't be this vintage. No, this wouldn't be this vintage.
Funny. Did you want to inspect the cork while I pour?
Inspector Cork.
That'd be a great job.
That'd be the wine, a new wine cartoon. Inspector Cork.
That'd be a fantastic job. Cork.
No, it looks good. The red isn't too far up, and the cork's still strong.
Supple, firm.
All right. Well.
All right. I'm going to actually ask this question.
Yes.
Because like I said, we sometimes we get into talking,
right.
And it kind of. Do we just want to talk about this on its own merits?
Yeah, I would think so. Right?
All right.
You mean as far as comparing it?
Yeah, I didn't know.
Yeah, no, we'll do that later.
And I'm guilty of this. Like I said, also, it's very easy to go like, this is this and that, but it's darker or lighter than the other. Like, let's just talk about this one based on its own thing and try not to compare it.
I am comparing it to what I remember of this specific one. I don't know if you want that.
No, that's totally fine.
So even
we may talk about that at the very end. We'll do a little bit of a wrap up since this is the 2-part series here. But yeah, like I said, for now, like let's let this one just stand on its own.
Okay. But compare
previous
it to
vintages are fine.
Okay. I remember it being darker.
It's like I said, this one's definitely pretty light.
It's actually lighter than the. Yeah, it's actually.
You were about to do it.
I almost
see.
I caught myself
because I was thinking the same
it's surprising.
Thing.
Yeah, yes. I am surprised because like I said, normally this one is a little darker in color.
Yeah, this one's definitely more toward the red. Like I know you can't tell, sorry, because of the green screen in my shirt.
Pretty much.
It looks very dark, and
yeah.
Trust us. If only I had. Okay, at some point I will get that set up too. We'll talk about that later.
Okay.
But yeah, like I said, it's a little.
You can see through it a little bit more.
Yeah, it's what would you? It's just kind of like it's literally red.
Yeah.
Ruby, I guess maybe.
Yeah, ruby and
that's
but you can see through it.
Yeah.
Not.
Yeah, I can see to my hand on the bottom of the glass, so
yeah.
it is not. It's not dark enough that I can't see that. So. This is what I love about these glasses, though. Oh,
yeah, you can give it a vigorous swirl.
Yeah, exactly.
You need that, though. Especially in a recently opened wine. It's very muted.
It does seem a little bit, like I said, I'm getting some nice fruit in there. I'm getting more of like a cherry. I'm getting similar things to other Pinot Noirs that I've had.
Yeah.
Like I'm getting a little bit, like I said, a little bit of the raspberries there.
Yeah.
And the cherry. So I'm getting more of those kind of lighter fruits.
Yeah.
Like I said, I'm not getting some of the heavier, like darker. Like sometimes you get mixed in there. Sometimes you get a black currant. Sometimes you get more like a black cherry or like other different flavors. So I'm getting those a little bit, and they seem a little on the sweet side, which is which is a nice aroma to me is nice. But it is muted though. It's not. It doesn't immediately call out to me like, oh, it's this and this. And like it's kind of like I had to seek through that a little bit.
Stick my whole face right inside the drinking glass.
Yeah. Wow.
I am attempting my very best poker face.
Okay.
Because I'm really let down by this.
Oh, really?
This is not at all what I remember it to be. And I could be misremembering.
Yeah. Thanks, Roger Clemens.
But it's let me. I guess what I should have said, and probably staying. But I am comparing this to previous times I've had this. It's good.
Yeah.
It's got some nice fruit. It's easy drinking. What are you picking up on?
I'm picking up on similar things that I got in the nose. Like I said, I'm getting a little bit of that sweetness comes through a little bit more. I don't know what the alcohol is on this, and I won't even fathom a guess. But whatever the aromatics and that does to me, really kind of had a retronasal kind of thing. Like it really pushed back forward, but it wasn't like a flavor. Or not flavor. It wasn't an aromatic pushback. It was like literally just felt kind of like fumes.
Yeah.
A little bit.
So a little heat, you mean? Like, yeah.
Yeah, a little bit of heat. So if I was going to guess, I was going to say it's around 14 or something like that, but I'm probably way off. So I'll reach down.
No, let's do that. I would say it's definitely in that area.
13.8.
Okay.
So
that's close to 14.
Yeah, that's close.
We can call that 14.
But like I said, yeah, it seems a little on the thin side, even for a Pinot. But like I said, the mid palate flavors I do like. Like I said, I think they're there. But I think this is where this isn't going to come out. Or like this is what a $10 Pinot tastes like. It kind of that $8 to $10 Pinot Noir. That's kind of what you get. You get the sampling of what the grape could be, but then you don't get the perfection on either side, if that makes sense. Or you don't get the movement toward greatness of whatever can sometimes cost more. It doesn't have to cost more, but sometimes it just naturally does. Yeah. Just because of either, this the price of doing business, as they say.
Right. Yeah, what I remember, and it's funny, one of my former coworkers, he's in another store now. We used to talk about this wine because he wasn't really a big Pinot Noir fan.
Oh, okay.
But he liked this. Because to him it wasn't like a typical Pinot Noir. It used to have more body. There was more.
That man's name was Andrew.
We just always said there was more. There was more body.
Okay.
There was a little more fruit. There was was like a kind of a magnified version of a Pinot Noir.
That sounds good. I'll have that.
Yeah. I've had this. The last time I had this, I had it fairly close in proximity to the Meiomi.
Oh,
and
okay.
I actually did think they were similar in taste.
Oh, interesting.
The Meiomi was probably a little bit nicer, but for almost twice the price, I was like, I'm gonna drink
that's
this.
a jump. Yeah, like I said, I haven't had the Meiomi in a while, but the couple times I've had it, I always really liked it.
But what I really like from California Pinots are the ones that are like from the Carneros region that have that kind of like cola and that berry note. And have a little more body than this, and it doesn't necessarily have to be a darker in color to have more body. But like I said, this has, as things do, this has changed. But I'm not saying it's bad. It's just not what I remember.
I don't think there's any faults in it. Like we always talk about. Like I said, it's the profile of this. Is exactly what we described. And if you're willing to accept, like with anything, we always talk about like, well, would you pay more to have this flavor? And like, well, I'd rather have 2 of those as opposed to 1 of those, or maybe you'd rather have 2 of these that are good,
right?
As opposed to 1 that's very good. I mean, who knows? Like that's all based on your budget and everything else. I think for this price, I'm kind of surprised because when I've usually sometimes had Pinot Noirs at this price range, usually they dry me out a little bit.
Yeah.
Which this one's not.
Okay.
So that, like I said, that to me is a positive for sure. Like I said, and I like the fruit play that's going on in the middle.
Yeah.
It's just it kind of doesn't go anywhere after that. And like you said, it's a little thinner and some other things too.
So overall, though, I mean, I was basing this against its previous incarnations.
For sure.
You have not had it. It sounds like you were not like unhappy with it.
No.
Okay.
But I would, for me, at where I'm at, I would spend
an extra $5.
Yeah, like $5 and either get, like I said, the previous Pinot Noir that we had. So this is where we'll compare a little bit.
Right, a little bit, yeah.
A little bit.
Right.
I would spend the extra like $5 to $6 and either get that or even like a Coppola Pinot Noir that we've had in the past. Like sometimes you can find that for 12 to 14.
Right.
Usually around 13 to 14. I don't want to, 12 might be a little cheap. Well, Costco sometimes. But like I said, that to me has always been like a good, like, this is a good budget Pinot Noir. Like you still get a lot of the flavors in there, but it doesn't, like I said, whereas this kind of loses a little bit, that still has it. And overall, like I know some people kind of have a negativity toward the Coppola brand.
Some do, yeah.
As it were. Like I said, I've heard that. Like I said, overall, I usually do like their stuff.
Yeah, me too. Yep.
But yeah, like I said, that's kind of where I'm feeling on this. Like this is one of those like, oh, this is good. Like if I would have bought it, I'd have been like, oh, this is fine. Like I wouldn't have been like, how dare I spend $10 on it? Like I wouldn't have been upset like that, but I would not go buy another bottle. I would probably be like, oh, I'm either going to spend $2 more or try something different at that price range.
Right.
I don't know. Do you guys have other Pinot Noirs that are in that?
Yeah.
You don't necessarily have had
No,
them,
we do.
Like, okay.
No, and in fact, there's actually one that I'm thinking of that's one actually that's a few bucks down that I remember thinking, that's a pretty good California Pinot representation. But I was always, like I said, okay with it. But no, we do have some that are right in that range, and I'm gonna have to revisit because when people ask me for a recommendation, I want it to be something that even if they don't like, I felt comfortable recommending, and especially where I work, you can always return it. It's no problem. But I won't say this is a bad one to people. I just won't recommend it like I used to.
It won't be as quick to the.
Yeah, in fact, I'll even preface that. I'll say, I used to really recommend, but it's still good, but it's not what it was. It's a different. It's different than what it was. But
like I said, I not having had it that I can remember in the past. Like I said, I think that's a good way to represent this. If that was how your memory was, like I said, it's not. Like I said again, it's not bad. It just sounds like it. Yeah, may not have been as good as it had been in the past.
And what's funny too, when I picked up this bottle today, I saw the way the color looked in the bottle, and I actually looked at a couple others, thinking, "Boy, that one I picked up is light. I wonder if these others are darker." They were all the same.
That's funny.
So I just remember thinking, I don't remember it looking that light. So, and maybe I put that. Already planted that seed in my head, but
I don't think that you're really good though. Like I don't think that kind of stuff usually affects. Like you're really good about. I think over the years since we've done this, like you may notice something like that or think, but then you're very easily where if you've tasted, you're like, I thought this, but no, it didn't.
Got to put.
Yeah, I don't think you ever let that affect you. I think maybe it sometimes affects me a little more, but like I said, I don't think you ever let that.
Well,
affect
it's funny.
you
Every step of the way, like when we poured this, I was like, crap, I can see my hands through that. And then I was like,
that should be another shirt. Crap, I can see my hands through that.
I can see my fingers through that. And then the next thing when we went to the aroma, I was like, man, this isn't what I remember. But I was like, you know what? That's still okay. It's still good. In my head, I'm like, it still could be okay. This could be okay. And then when we tasted it, I was like, no. I don't know if it showed in my face immediately, but I was like really battling, like just going.
I had that more in the aroma. Like when I first, like I said, and it may show up, like I said, depending on how I do the edit. Like I said, when I took my first sniff, I was like, oh, that's good. And then like some of that, like that I talked about in the taste as well. Like I said, where all of a sudden there was just that like kind of push of like alcohol or gas or whatever. Like I kind of got that. I was like, oh, what is that? Like all of a sudden it kind of hit even in the aroma. But like I said, I liked the little bit of sweet that was in there. That was nice. And like I said, it was more toward the, like I said, the lighter fruits. But
yeah, no, this, like I said, this is it's good. It's just not what I remember, and I'm gonna have to, like I said,
I'm gonna reevaluate.
I gotta reevaluate because people will say, "So what Pinot do you recommend?" Well, not this one anymore.
Depends. Yeah, maybe this is what you're looking for.
That's a complicated question.
Yeah, exactly.
But that's what we're all about here at About Beverages.
I know. Do you know
complicated questions?
If people are actually looking for a really good Pinot Noir, we've had quite a few of them. They're in the archives at AboutBeverages.com.
That's true. Go visit.
That complicated question can be answered by simply going right there or heading to our YouTube page, which is, I know, small startup website. It's weird that we're already jumping on the bandwagon and all. But, I think it's, like I said, that's a good place if you want to subscribe to us there. Always get the latest podcasts, latest shows, all those things that definitely helps out quite a bit. But throughout the week, not just on Thursdays, oddly enough, we're drinking. Not just alcohol.
That's true.
Sodas, water,
coffee,
all these kinds of things. Yeah, coffee,
tea.
All these things. And if you want to find out what we're having throughout the week or interact with us and tell us what you're having, which we would really appreciate, Twitter. That is the other place that you can go for all that kind of stuff. Unless you're into the live thing.
And then you join us at twitch.tv/AboutBeverages most Thursday nights.
Yeah.
Most Thursday nights.
The synergy.
Yes.
Just search for About Beverages. You'll probably find us somewhere.
You'll find, yeah.
Instagram, wherever else.
Yeah.
Like I said, we're all about all of these social media things.
We'll do it.
All the things the kids are into, as long as the kids are over 21 if we're having alcohol.
That's right.
Because that is a stipulation. But, as we always say, whether we like it or not,
you should give it a shot.